Nathan Nat, and today I'm going to be ranking all 30 Major League teams based on how likely they are to make the playoffs. I have 5 different categories. 100% sure, which means this is definitely going to happen. Pretty sure, which is it's likely, maybe, could happen. Probably not. It's unlikely, but if the team gets hot and makes it run, it could happen. And no way, it's basically impossible. So I'm going to be ranking every team. I would really appreciate it if you would like this video so I could make more videos like this in the future. And just today is June 12th, Wednesday, June 12th. Alright, so I'm going to be starting Arizona Diamondbacks. I'm going to be putting them in the maybe category. They are right there in the NL wildcard race. They are currently a game back. And if they can do what they did last year, and it wouldn't be surprising. They've been doing better as of late. They're 7-3 in the last 10, won their last 2. So I think it could happen. Atlanta Braves. In previous years, I think that they would easily be in the 100% sure, but I think that they're pretty sure for now. Their record is 35-30. They've lost their last 5, which is really not what you want to see. They're only 3 games up in the wild card against the Padres. So, if they continue this way, I definitely think it could slip away from them. But in the NL wildcard race, where it's easiest to get in there, I think that they could do that. Baltimore Orioles, I think that they would either be in pretty sure, 100% sure, but I'm going to go with 100% sure. If they don't win the division, which seems like fairly likely as the Yankees are just an amazing team this year, they are 9.5 games up against the Royals, who are in second place. So I think it's still pretty likely that I would be shocked if they can't make the playoffs, because I think that they're probably going to be a wild card team, because in the division, they are 2 games out. Boston Red Sox, I think that they are in the probably not category. They're right around the 500 team. They're 2 games out in the wild card, 5-5 in their last 10. So I think they're fine. The Twins are in the last wild card, and as we know, they're very streaky. So if Red Sox can get in there if they have a good second half, I think it's possible. Cubs. I think Cubs are probably in the maybe category. They're a half game out and as of playoffs right now, so I think it's likely. Well, no, not likely, but I definitely think it's possible. All these teams can just get hot, and they were there for a long time, but they just slipped away. They weren't great. They won today, so I think it's possible. White Sox, by far the easiest of the vid. They're no way. Worst team in baseball. Not much else to say. Reds. I think the Reds are going to be in the maybe category as well. Join their fellow C in the NL Central. They're also a half game out. Another streaky team. They can end the season winning 8 in a row, and they can just make it that way. So I think it's possible, but they can also lose the last 8 and slip out of the spot. So honestly, anything can happen. Guardians. I don't think they're 100% sure yet, just because they've been so surprising. I think that they are a pretty sure team. It is very likely that's going to happen in the AL Central. They're 5 games up against the Royals. They're just a good team. They've got good pitching, good hitting. They've been great this year. Rockies, also no way. There's not much to say about them. They really have not been very good. Detroit Tigers. I think this is another probably not team, very similar to the Red Sox. There's not much there, and they're 3.5 games out wild card. So it's a long shot, but they can have a good second half. I don't really see that happening. Astros, another team in the probably not. Listen, their record is 31-38. They're 5.5 games out wild card, a couple games more in the division against the Mariners. So it can happen. They need to be really good in the second half. This year is definitely not what you want to see if you're an Astros fan. If you're an Astros fan, I feel bad for you, but not really, because I hate the Astros. But yeah, that's probably not. I don't think they're going to sell at the deadline, but because they want to be able to compete next year. But this is really not good for the Astros. Royals. I think the Royals, most people would put them in pretty sure. I'm going to put them in the maybe category. Um, Pretty sure it's hard to put the Royals there when they've been really bad in the past. Losing their last three, Yankees have been demolishing them. They're 3 games up in the wild card, so they've been doing really well this year, 39-29. But if they continue playing poorly, then I just don't see it in them. But I want the Royals to win. It's a team I want to see do well because they've been bad for so many years after they won the World Series in 2015. Um, the Angels. I think the Angels are a no way team. It's kind of sad. I mean, Otani left, Trout's injured. It's just there's not much to this Angels team. Not much of a farm system. Kind of sold it all last year. They're the worst team in the AL. So sorry, Angels fans. Dodgers. 100% sure. I mean, they make it every year. I don't think they're gonna make it to the NLCS, which they really have not been able to do recently. But 100% sure. I mean, they're gonna make the playoffs. They're just a great team, but they're not gonna be great in the playoffs. Marlins. Will be our fourth no way team. Worst team in the NL. Not much. Not much to say. There's not a great team. Brewers. I'm gonna put Brewers. I'm pretty sure Brewers just continuing. They're almost like the Brewers are almost like the Rays of the NL. They just no one thinks they're gonna be good because their roster's not great, but they continue just to be great, and they are currently leading the division by 7 games, so it's not terribly close. Um, they're just a pretty good team, and no one really thought this would happen. Twins. Twins are pretty much the definition of a maybe team. Right now they have the third wildcard spot, but once another very streaky team, they can end the year not doing well, and then boom, they go down. So I think that's actually likely to happen. Mets. For me, there are 2 categories Mets can go in: no way or probably not. I'm gonna put them in probably not because no way is reserved for the really the worst teams that definitely won't make it. And it's a long shot, but the Mets could make it. I don't think they will. This is looking like last year. It's just not good for them. They swept my Nationals a week ago, split London, but still, it's not great for the Mets. They're 3.5 games out. The New York Yankees. I think that they are a 100% sure team. They seem to be good every other year. This is one of those years. Juan Soto's been great. It's just everything's going well for the Yankees. It seems like, and they're getting Garrett Cole back. They're making the playoffs. I think that they're gonna win the division. A's. A's are a no way team. I'm sorry, A's fans. You're not the worst team in baseball this year, so at least you can say that. Phillies. I think the Phillies are a 100% sure team. They are the best in the NL. They've proven that this year they will be good. They're not letting the Braves get ahead of them this year. So I think it's good for the Phillies. They're usually much better in the second half than the first half. But if they're better in the second half, then they're gonna have a historic year because their first half has been pretty good. Pirates. Usually they would be in the no way category, but I think this year they're in the probably not. I mean, I don't think it's this year. I don't think it's this year. It's crazy. They're last place in the NL Central, but they're only a game out of the wild card spot. NL Central's pretty crazy, y'all. But yeah, I think that the Pirates are. I mean, they're a really young team, and I think that they're gonna be good in the future. With their rotations, it's great. I love it. Skeens, Jones, and Keller. They're all really good. Their offense, that's what they need to take a step up there. But I think that they can. It's a good team. Padres. I'm gonna put the Padres in pretty sure. It sounds a bit surprising, but I think that they have this at the NL East wild card. I think that they have a spot ready for them. They are currently up 1.5 games, 2 games over 500. They've won their last 3, so pretty good for San Diego. They can fall. They can. It's weird because last year they were in the similar spot, but they were not really, and they didn't have a playoff spot. It was not looking good for them. But this year, even though they have a similar record, they're still doing well. So, yeah, Giants. I think Giants are a maybe team. They currently Giants are currently 34-35 in the third spot with 6 teams within a game of them. So it's gonna be hard to keep that. Maybe they can have a good second half, good last couple weeks, and then they can make it. Mariners. I think that this is a pretty sure team, and I think it's because of their division. It's a very weak division, but they're 39-30, 7-3 in their last 10. I'm surprised their record at home is 23-11. It's pretty good. But I think that it's a team that will definitely win that division. I hope that the Mariners get there. And it's just a fun team to watch. So I hope they can make it. Cardinals. This is gonna be another team in the. No, I'm actually gonna put them in the probably not because I don't think they're gonna make it. They are only a half game out, so like they could. And you might ask like what separates them from the Cubs or the Reds. I don't really see that they're like an older team, and I don't see it. I don't really like the Cardinals this year. I mean, they don't seem like they haven't said anything that differs them from last year, which was a bad season for them. So, I don't. There's nothing there that makes me want to scream. Put them in maybe. Rays. I think the Rays go in the. I think Rays go in the maybe category. Rays. They are 4 games out, but the reason I have them in maybe is because like they will probably just call up a couple prospects and have like a crazy September. It's probably what's gonna happen. They're gonna squeak into the playoffs like they do every year. But this hasn't been a great year for the Rays. They're 32-36, which is like it's not that great. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens come deadline. Rangers. Rangers. I think this is a probably not team. Even though the Rangers are in a similar boat as the Rays, there's also 4 games out. I don't really think they're having that World Series hangover that they have a lot, that like all the World Series teams have. So I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs this year when they're just below under 500. Because last year they were like first in the division. I don't see them getting past the Mariners this year. Blue Jays. That's another probably not team. It can happen, but like they're 3 games out. So I mean, it's not great, but this hasn't been a great year. They're 33-35, so they're fine. They can make it. They can have a good second half, but I don't really see that happening. And ending it off with the Washington Nationals, my favorite team, my hometown team. I think, unfortunately, I want to put them in maybe. I really do, but I think that they're probably not team. I think that this year, they could make it. They're a pretty good team. They're 6-4 in the last 10. They have a winning streak of 5, which is their longest since 2021. So it's great. It's really cool to see us winning a little bit again. But unfortunately, I don't really think that's gonna be for. I don't think we're gonna make the playoffs. And I would be so happy if we can, and I really hope that we do. But we have to have a good second half. Call up James Wood. He's hurt right now, so hopefully he can come back and be healthy, and then we call him up. Thank you for watching this whole video. If you haven't yet, please like, subscribe, comment, any of the stuff to really support the channel, and I can make more content like this. So, thank you for watching. Have a good day.